Are you gonna leave that on during the podcast? You're gonna have to pay royalties to that, bro.
Are we?
No.
I would love to get sued by Kendrick Lamar for playing.
Man, that'd be the best publicity.
Let's introduce ourselves because it's going. It's rolling. So in front of me,
we have Liam here.
tell us a little bit about yourself, Liam.
I attend Algonquin College. I'm a finance major, and I like money.
I'm sick.
Oh, this is bad. I mean, yeah, that's.
No, it's hard to.
And then to the left we have.
I'm Jacob. I also go to Algonquin College for finance in my last year, same as Liam. And I'm Evan's roommate also.
Classic.
Yeah.
Me and Jacob have done multiple podcasts before, but
Yeah, we've done a couple.
This is Liam's first.
This is my first ever podcast.
So what do you want to talk about, Liam?
Oh,
What's on your mind, dude?
The pressure's on you, bro.
What's been really grinding your gears?
I don't know, like when we talked, hey Jacob, what we were just talking about, like on the way to Fire Hats or whatever. When like you guys being from a small town, and I kind of wonder like when you think about Ottawa, what's like the sickest thing? Like, do you have a spot that's so cool, or like a bar or something that like if you were back home, you would just be like, holy shit, I wish like I could be there in Ottawa or that. Or, yeah.
You know, it's so funny. So before this even happened, I was like thinking about questions to ask you, and that was like one of the questions that came up that I was gonna ask you. It was like, we're from a small town, but like, what's it like living in Ottawa? What's the contrast? And
Oh,
like,
sick, yeah.
fucking, I don't know. Jacob answered that question first. It was a loaded question, but
Man, when we were walking and he asked me that, I was like thinking of the time. Remember when you were still living at Sam's and we were chilling out there on our balcony and we had plans to go out, but then we ended up just kind of chilling and we were like thinking about not going downtown. And then we just got all hyped like out of nowhere. We were like, man, imagine being back in Muskoka right now and being
we
like,
were drunk.
and being like, yo, let's go to Ottawa right now from Muskoka. Like, how crazy would that be? Just go into the big city from like a little town, and we ended up going to the strip club. So it was kind of a bad example of
No, that's a good example.
But I mean, hey, that could be
Unless
a valid
that's-
answer.
that could be your favorite spot.
Yeah, man.
that's not our big.
This is a judgment-free zone. We're all created equal.
Man, that's the best part though, is that I don't have a spot. It's like the variety is the main appeal.
Okay.
I don't have money to have a spot, I don't think.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's true too.
You know what I'm saying?
We've been to
Like-
Q's and Cushions a bunch of times. It's like
Yeah, that's pretty classic.
I like that place, man.
Yeah, it's pretty classic. I don't really have a spot either. I should go out more though.
It's like a dive bar, pool bar.
Yeah, except it's like really dive. It's a deep end dive.
Where is it?
It's like Bank Street.
Oh,
like
okay.
down,
Isn't it on Elgin?
oh, is it Elgin?
I think so.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually.
Yeah, shit's hopping though. I've been downtown a lot lately, and it's like so beautiful.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
man.
so nice, man.
Especially when school gets back and it's so much more populated, I find, especially with people our age.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a spot in Ottawa?
Right now, man, it's a beer market on Spark Street. It's just, I don't know, man. They have like, I think it's 45 or 50 beers on tap alone, and then they have like...
And they're all
Do
like
you
craft
want to
beers,
pull the
right?
mic
No.
to your face a little more?
Oh, yeah, sure, man. There we go.
That's
Here,
perfect.
actually,
Okay.
I need to do a quick tutorial.
Yeah, yeah.
Talk into the movie. Talk straight into there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, right into where the label is? Okay, okay.
Yeah, beautiful.
There we go.
You can move it around. Like, don't be afraid to move it around or talk.
Oh, okay.
Like, you know what I mean? You can
Yeah.
do whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
all
so-
craft beer at beer market too, right?
Well, they just have like beers from all over the world and stuff. Like, yeah, it's neat. They have lots of bottles and cans too. I forget how many it is. It's a big number, like 150. I think they have different kind of beer.
Yeah, that'd be sick. I'd
And
hit it
the
up.
food is good too, man. Every time I've been there, yeah.
So you guys being in business class, fucking, I've had like multiple random chats with like people out like at the bar and at like whatever whenever we go to clubs, which is not very often, but sometimes we do.
Yeah.
And there have been 2 people to like the 4 times we went that have talked to me about opening like a craft brewery.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Like that's their business idea. They want to make craft beer. And
Yeah.
like, is that an untapped market? Because I feel like it's getting more popular and popular.
That's true, eh?
You know what I mean? Like craft beer is like a big niche thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's a niche, but it's also a large market.
Yeah, Muskoka Brewery being in like all the LCBOs.
Yeah, and what are the other ones coming up? Like, what's the green label? Steam Whistle.
Is Steam Whistle craft? No.
I think
that's
it's
like a
I think
big
it's starting.
company.
Oh, is it?
I could be wrong. I don't know.
True. I don't know either.
They're a very successful craft company if they're craft. But
A lot of companies popping up though.
yeah, that is a weird question. I don't know anybody in our program who plans on like doing
No.
anything like that.
From what I've heard, it's like kind of like if you're want to be making craft beer, you have to really like craft beer. You know, you had to really be into it and be passionate about it because it's like quite.
You can taste it.
Yeah, like you can, yeah, dude, like because each one is so different
The
and
lack
unique.
of passion.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think to be successful, you'd probably have to really enjoy.
Do you think that's for everything?
I think you can. Yeah, but I also think like you can be talented at things and just be, but maybe, hard work beats talent, I believe.
I think in order to be successful at it though, you have to enjoy doing it.
Yeah, successful, quote unquote. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I believe I believe there's like things you're good at, things you're not.
Yeah.
But like to really be a high performer in whatever you're doing, if you're gonna sell craft beers like Muskoka Brewery is, you're gonna need to probably be passionate.
Oh
You can still do shit without being passionate, right?
Yeah.
Something like that, especially, you got to pool a lot of money into.
Yeah.
Like yeah. Man, something in our business program though, especially in like 2017, man, finance program in Ottawa. I think Liam, you would agree with this that everybody's talking about marijuana right now.
Oh yeah.
Like our profs and so many
yeah.
of the students.
It's a
and just-
legitimate
Trying
major
to influence
upcoming
people to buy
industry.
stocks.
No,
So you just don't go
I just-
down.
It's a huge topic of like emerging markets.
Yeah.
That's like the
Yeah.
Well, because it's like unprecedented,
yeah, that's true. It's the end of prohibition, man.
which hasn't really ever happened, other than alcohol. But that was only prohibited for what, like 11, 12 years or something. Like, it wasn't long, right?
Oh.
Well, it
20
was
years.
illegal before that, I'm pretty sure, and then it ended, and then it was
Yeah.
back for a few
On and
years, which
off,
is
yeah.
outrageous if you think about it. That's the big thing, man. Once they take this away, once they make it legal, they're never going to be able to make it illegal again. Like that would cause so much outrage. I totally see why there's so much caution around
Because I think it's even
Around
bigger
what?
now than it is
legalizing
in
it.
the 60s.
Yeah,
It
honestly.
definitely, like, just living in this generation is crazy. I think the demand for it is just going to be massive.
Like massive, like $10 billion, $15 billion market, right?
Oh yeah, at least that's what the projections are. I think
Yeah.
those are way under.
Yeah,
It's
you think
actually
it's gonna
gonna
be
be-
even more, right?
Oh man, at least 20 billion in the first year.
Wild.
I think it's going to take away from some of the bar markets, actually, like clubbing and whatnot. I think more people are going to enjoy smoking weed.
Oh man, it's gonna be huge. So many people smoke pot.
Yeah. It's wild. People you never would have guessed. It's the craziest thing. Can just smoke weed every day.
Yeah, honestly.
There's like, I don't know if it's gonna change much. I don't think you guys, I don't think it's gonna affect any other industry just because people already smoke pot.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
Yeah,
people
yeah,
already
yeah,
do
true.
whatever they're doing and they're smoking pot.
Yeah.
But
So
that's what I'm saying is that
it's just gonna be money that's just gonna like come out of nowhere.
yeah, I don't think the projections are way under what they will actually be because more people are going to be smoking pot. I just think that because the projections don't actually show how many people smoke pot
Yeah,
right now.
I agree. Yeah, that's what I think too. Just because, like, even if people don't smoke weed every day, say someone smokes weed once a week, like, you know, if you want a lot of
It adds
people
up.
smoking weed
Yeah.
once a week, and if they tax the shit out of
It's
it.
gonna be interesting. I'm just curious about who's gonna follow when the U.S. is gonna totally fall.
Oh yeah, true. That's some
Yeah.
weird
Like,
shit
how are
they've
they
got
still
going on now.
gonna be able to like justify their category 3 rating of marijuana or whatever it is? It's like up there with fucking heroin and shit.
It's a tricky topic though, man. Appealing to their demographic group, being like lessening the laws on marijuana doesn't really appeal to who the government in power is trying to appeal to right now.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. Do you think the majority of the United States wants pot to be illegal?
Illegal? No,
Yeah.
no. I don't think so.
Yeah,
But I
that's what I'm
probably
saying.
think that a majority of Trump voters would like it to be illegal.
Why is that?
I don't know, just based on the strong Catholic views of the
The marijuana leaf.
yeah, you know, like
I guess it is like a new thing. It's just unbelievable why it's been like illegal all over the world.
Yeah. I mean, it is quite a drug. Like, you can get pretty, but yeah, it's stupid if you can have alcohol legalized and get just absolutely wasted out of your mind on that too. So.
You have to talk close to the mic, dude.
Oh yeah.
You can pull it back to you. Yeah, sit up.
yeah, there we go.
It's not gonna pick you up. Yeah, so
Yeah, it is pretty crazy how all these places around the world decided that the best way to deal with this, the best way to stop people from smoking pot was to throw them in jail or like
It's like crazy. Not only in the U.S., like kids go to jail for fucking nothing in the U.S. You know what I'm saying? Like they can go to jail for a joint. Imagine being at risk. How much scarier that shit would be.
Yeah. Friend of mine from the U.S. His friend got literal jail time for he had 2 joints on him.
yeah,
Like
that's
arrested
wild.
in Ohio, or I think it was.
That is so fucked up.
Yeah. Stupid.
What do you think happens when there's too many prisoners in the United States of America?
I
Or
don't
will
know,
there
man.
ever be? Are they just gonna exterminate them?
I'd like to hope not.
Yeah,
But I mean, with the shit going on over there.
Please God, no.
Oh no, I don't think so. I don't know.
Well, if they're increasing the amount of prisoners that dramatically, that just goes to show how little the system works for the citizens.
Yeah, it doesn't. I guess.
They have like the most incarcerated people in the world, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
They do. More than China, and they have way more people. What do you guys think about those hurricanes?
It's sad, to say the least.
I just think it's crazy how, like, I've seen pictures, like, I've been to some of those places, and, like, just looking at the pictures and just, like, holy shit, I was there, like, a few years ago or a couple years ago, and now it's not even really a place anymore. It's the resorts are gone, and, like, in Cayo Coco, I was looking at.
Where's that?
It's in Cuba. It's one of their, like, islands that's pretty much just a tourist island.
True.
It's, like, a lot of resorts on it. But, yeah, so that's just been destroyed. All the resorts wiped out on that.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty sad, man.
I asked my dad about it the other day. I was like, "Is this like normal? Like, is this kind of like something you've seen in your lifetime? Like, is this kind of?" I never really paid attention before, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know the big ones like Katrina and like,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't really think about it. He's like, "No, it's not normal. It's weird. The amount of shit." Crazy.
Yeah. I think that's in part the way that the media has been drifting towards like attracting our attention with more fear lately more than anything.
Yeah, but
like,
these are like
the natural disasters is different.
yeah,
but,
these
like,
are big hurricanes.
Yeah.
These are not normal hurricanes.
No, that shit's wild.
Yeah. And then in Mexico, like magnitude 7.1 on the Richter scale.
When was
Earthquake.
that? I didn't hear about that.
2 days ago.
Oh, jeez.
It's like 200 some people dead.
Holy
Like a huge earthquake. The largest earthquake recorded in the U.S. was like 7.8.
Oh, and what was this?
7.1.
Oh, holy.
Yeah, this was a huge earthquake.
Yeah.
And then I read something about California. I know fucking Joe Rogan always talks about earthquakes, but I read an article saying there was like 39 fault lines that run across California state. It was like a huge hurricane. And then I don't know where I heard this, but someone said the idea that like, you know how the continents were like all attached?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was just one big earthquake. That just
All at once?
I don't know.
No, man. They
No.
said in
That happened
the
over,
tectonic
like,
plates, like
millions of
yeah,
years,
they
I'm pretty
move every
sure.
year a little bit.
Yeah. We're still drifting, aren't we?
Mhm.
Like all the we every year we gain distance.
True. What do you mean gain distance?
Like apart from like the continents separate, like we drift farther apart.
But how?
Because
Just
there's
the
like
poles, like the I don't really know
the
about that much
tectonic
about it.
plates like under each continent somehow moves. I don't know what makes it move, but
It's like the
How do they
magnetic
move
field
around
or
us?
something in the earth. Some science.
But isn't that moving what caused an earthquake?
yes, I think
Yes. It was right. Like when they move, they like.
that would make sense. Yeah.
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 But then why doesn't the whole continent quake all at once?
What? Well, because they're only individual tectonic plates.
Yeah, I guess so.
It might move slowly, but then there might be those massive shifts underneath. Imagine that though. Imagine California. Imagine you woke up one day. It was like California split in two.
Supposedly that's gonna happen within our lifetime.
Yo, that would
That's
be.
what they're saying.
That would be. Would that be some of those craziest shit that's ever happened in our recorded
It must
Oh,
be,
man,
man.
definitely.
lifetime?
Think of how huge California is. They have-
Especially like even just LA, like one of the most developed
Yeah.
little sections of the world. Just freaking, you always hear about them like being at risk of the sea levels rising and getting flooded and shit. And like, if they split in half, I'm sure that would be
California is better than Florida because California is higher above sea level than
oh, true, yeah.
New York and my like a whole East Coast.
Yeah.
It's all fucked. What was that inconvenient truth? When did he say Miami was going to be underwater? 2050?
Oh, was it 2050?
I don't
I thought
know.
you were gonna say a date that. It
No, I
already-
was waiting for you guys to
Oh, I
answer.
don't
No,
know.
no, I have no idea.
It happened. Hurricane came through. Did you hear that? 90% of the facts in that shit was totally false.
In what?
In the inconvenient
Oh, really?
truth or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, I could believe it. The vice president maybe.
Yeah, like you have no idea what you're
Or the
talking about.
president, or the what's it called when you run for president?
The Democratic nominee,
Yeah, yeah.
Al Gore. So yeah. What's new with you kids? What's up, Jacob?
Man, I want to hear what's new with you, Evan. What's this flatbed tonight thing you've been doing? Tell the world about that.
It's a little web series on the interwebs.
How'd you
And
hear
it's-
about it?
Indeed, bro.
Indeed.com, eh? This job posting website. Out here friggin-
That's what I'm saying. Did you know that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, true. Yeah, it's just classic. And
I
dude's
just think
like
it's
a
unreal.
retired
I think it's friggin' sweet, man.
dude's a retired comedian. And he does this talk show on the back of a flatbed and driving around Ottawa.
Oh, awesome.
It's pretty hilarious. I want to show you my Snapchat.
I've seen little stories that you posted
Yeah.
before.
I want to show Liam. It's pretty hilarious.
No, it is
It's really
sweet,
not
man.
professional at all, though. It's really not professional.
That's good. Sometimes that's the best stuff.
You're right. It's
Raw.
really hilarious. It's really hilarious. Oh, I don't even know. Not true. I don't know how to work this Snapchat shit. Excuse me.
That's just part of what makes living in the city so unreal to me, though. That you just found that posting on Indeed, and you just friggin' now you're helping this comedian.
Just as random.
Just like watching.
What? Wait for the next one. This dude is ridiculous. But his family is so fucking retarded. Actually, no, it's not retarded. It's like so funny. I think they should quit the talk show idea. Fuck the talk show idea. Do a reality TV show and fucking make a vlog or something, because people would fucking fiend for your drama. Because they're always just bitching at each other. Me and this other guy named fucking... Oh my god, I can't remember his name. I think it's Martin. We're just standing back and they're just like fucking yelling at each other across the trailer. There's people sitting there watching on the sidewalk. And they're like, if they had any idea that this was a family and it's just not random people just like yelling at each other. This low end.
It probably would be stressful, man. It sounds like they do a lot.
Yeah,
they
but they
just
bring it on themselves.
pull right up. And
Yeah, they pull it on themselves.
does he know you do this podcast?
No.
True. You should tell him about it, man. Maybe he'll promote it. Maybe it could be like a duo thing. Get him as a guest, man.
I want to. I actually do want to. So we're having some good conversation about what he did for work before, and
Yeah, you were talking pretty highly of him.
yeah, he's an interesting dude. He talks a lot, so he'd be good to have on like a podcast.
Especially a comedian, man.
yeah,
Especially
weird
if he's just a weird ass dude.
I've been just hanging around there, and there are so many comedians that come by now. I swear to God, I've met like 10 comedians
That he
in the
knows?
past weekend. Yeah, that he knows. And we parked outside of Yuck Yucks the other day.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, the night of the Gilbert Gottfried show. And fucking, they are all so weird. They're all just such weird people. Whenever you're having a conversation, it feels like you're in a bit. Like you're waiting. You're waiting to laugh.
Yeah, man, they're artists. Artists are always friggin' weird.
Like so weird.
Are they all funny too? Like they all have quirks.
Some of them are super awkward.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. Like you'd think that all the fucking comedians would be like
personal.
up there going like wide-eyed, but like some of these motherfuckers are weird.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I've seen some weird stand-up comedians.
Yeah, but they're probably bad. That's the thing. They're probably not.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
There's open micers.
You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, but if you don't have the personality, you gotta accept that. I don't have the chops. How important is that? Reassessing your vision.
Man, I saw these two stand-up comedians at the bar at the Algonquin, the school.
Yeah.
And man, they were so good. They were amateurs, obviously. They were like, I think they were on the Yuck Yucks tour, actually. So they were like kind of upper class amateurs. And they were talking about, they did the whole show, and then at the very end, the chick, the headliner, she was like, yeah, I'm actually dating the dude who opened. And then they were actually together, and they were both moving to California, like right after the show. And I was like, right on. Like, that's so unreal. Just friggin', or to LA, to like the big, try to make it big as stand-up comedians. But I bet they're gonna do it, man. They were so good.
I remember we saw one dude at fucking
at the Ob, and he was so bad.
It's going terrible. He was bombing. It's been 20 minutes of not funny shit, and then he's like, this was my dream.
Yeah, literally.
I was like, oh, dude,
So
you took it there.
disappointed.
It was so bad. There's 3 different drunk people yelling at him.
Yeah, it was just bad.
That
It was
that
just a bad scene that night too.
Oh, it was.
unfortunate.
And we just saw him having shots with his family after. Yeah, you need that. Just got roasted. Stand-up comedy.
And
There's some good ones.
Stand-up comedy is just such an interesting form of art. I think it's the sickest shit.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
I need to go back and like listen to some classics, like Richard Pryor and everybody the comedians nowadays talk about.
Yeah. Those guys didn't have the same story that the ones nowadays do, though, I find.
What do you mean?
Like Richard Pryor and like, what's that guy's name? The Monty Python guy who's really big. John Cleese.
Yeah.
They like had all the hype. They were such big stand-up comedians, but now, I don't know. I didn't grow up around those times. I'm sure it'd be blasphemy for me to say this to one of them, but I didn't think they were all that funny.
Oh, true. I mean,
but they were icons, you know. It's like what they did. It was crazy.
Yeah, it is an art, like you said, though.
Imagine going up there when like it wasn't even a big thing to do stand-up comedy, just starting off, and you just go up
When did
there.
it even start?
Not too sure, actually.
When?
Probably around the 40s or 50s.
Well, you don't think earlier than that? I'm Googling it right now because I'm super curious about this.
Yeah, I don't know, actually. Comedy, yeah.
Okay, so stand-up comedy has its origin in classic Parisia in 400 BC.
Huh.
In order to tell the reality without censorship. 400 BC. That's wild.
It is.
That was way older than I thought it'd ever be. I didn't think people laughed back then.
Yeah,
Everyone's just serious as fuck. You're animals back then. No one ever laughed. It's super interesting.
Man, even Gilbert Gottfried, I didn't even know he came. What do you mean that they had a Yuck Yuck?
He had a Yuck Yuck show. He had a show at the Yuck Yucks.
Really? He played
Yeah.
live there? Oh, that's a huge name to get at friggin' Yuck Yucks. Holy shit.
I don't even know what he did. Everyone's making like Gilbert Gottfried impression, all the stupid comedians. And I was just, ha, ha. I get that, but I don't at all.
Probably doing a big tour right now because Netflix is going to do this. Like a biography thing of him. Looked pretty interesting, actually. The trailer looked really good.
What did he do, though? Was he
I think he was most famous for stand-up comedy, yeah.
True.
He was actually a really friggin' funny stand-up comedian, too, man.
Gilbert Gottfried. Yeah. I don't know. I fucking hate Joe Rogan's stand-up comedy.
You don't like it, eh?
It's terrible. It's way too theatric for me.
Yeah, that's just the personality he brings, though.
I know, but I hate it.
Really?
Yeah.
You ever seen it, Liam?
No, I don't think I have.
The stand-up? No?
No.
I think it's pretty good.
I fucking hate it. It's way too loud and annoying and...
Like Dane Cook.
No, even louder and more annoying.
Dane Cook has some funny shit
I
though.
was going to say, Dane Cook
Yeah.
gets a lot of shit nowadays. But he is-
Why?
I don't
Why?
know. I always hear people talking shit about Dane Cook. I think he's a pretty good, funny guy.
He's just some culture vulture. Is what I describe it. I remember listening to Dane Cook actually. Like I had it on my iPod. I was probably like 13 years old, and I'd go to bed of like skits of his.
Yeah, man, that Vicious Circle like show that he did, the big long one, man,
Yeah.
that was like
That was
revolutionary. I don't know if it was just our age group, but it was huge among like.
Yeah, I remember. That's what all I listened to is
Mhm.
Dane Cook's fucking comedy. I don't remember how old I was.
Man, we were young when we're old, bro.
Yeah, we are old. How does that feel?
21. Liam's still 20. You got your whole life
Yeah,
ahead of
bro.
you.
Yeah, youngin' kid.
Oh, I guess you gotta respect my elders.
It's so weird.
Oh,
We
yeah,
thought
it's
we'd bring Liam in and get
It's
a real
weird just-
youth perspective, you know?
A current, current mind.
What's that though? It's
No,
weird,
it's just weird being older than 19, like not being a teen anymore. I
Yo,
guess, is the whole
I totally feel that. Yes.
Yeah.
The other day I was like thinking about how old I was. I was like, I'm 20. Yeah, I'm 20. Like I was like writing that on somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, I totally forgot how old I was. I was like, oh my fucking god, 21 years old. Insane.
It is wild. I think about that every time I'm talking to the kids who are still in high school at Canadian Tire.
That's what I think, bro.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
I remember I was even
That
saying
one-
this to a kid the other day. I was like, I remember being in your shoes talking to the kids who were 21, thinking that they were so old. I'm like, man, I'm one of those kids
It
now.
feels like just yesterday.
I feel that too. And like they're all so smart.
I know, eh?
And they're all so much less socially awkward than I was back in the day.
I know what you
Yeah,
mean, man.
same. But I think it's just those kind of kids, right? Because like, think about the kids in high school who hung out with the older people. Like, they were all kind of the cooler,
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah, I guess so.
popular.
Maybe we're just remembering ourselves being way more awkward than like we actually were.
No, I remember at that time I was like smoking weed in the freezer at McDonald's. Being fucking stupid.
Yeah, I
It's like
don't
none of these kids would ever do this.
No, that's true, eh? Man, those are the kids I love talking to who are still in high school and they're just super innocent, like they don't party or anything. Like all the kids I work with, they're like, maybe they're just too scared to tell me that they party. They're like, oh, he's older, he'll get me in trouble.
It's ridiculous.
I used to think like that.
I know. I never told
So
anybody
funny.
that I drank when I was all young and working.
Really?
Yeah, no, I remember.
Oh, me neither.
Why not? Were
I don't
you
know, man.
ashamed?
It's not. I just
I've
felt
got a
like
problem.
I just felt like they wouldn't have wanted to be like, yeah, you were partying on the weekend, eh? Like some 40-year-old do a 16-year-old.
You're like, they all knew you were doing it.
Yeah, you're right.
Now that you look back, think how stupid that shit is. I used to do it too, though. I used to not tell people. Like, think about how what a false fear.
I know. Eh?
Yeah.
I just try to think back at what I knew, like when I was 17.
That was part of the fun back then. You'd just be afraid. It was
Yeah,
the
that's
rush.
so true.
The rush. Of, you
totally agree. I
you'd have
totally
a bunch of
agree.
bottles and shit in your bag when you're leaving your house. You'd have to throw some socks
Yeah,
in there
literally.
so they don't cling together. It was a whole thing, man. The whole event of going out to a house party.
Yeah, yeah, you're so right.
Man, maybe there's some 20-year-olds listening to this in the States being like, man, I still can't do that shit. Like,
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's like a lot.
I'm still
older.
not allowed to drink.
Yeah.
Think about it, we were just able to drink. We were just officially adults in the United States of America.
I know. Liam still can't.
Still can't.
Well, soon enough, though.
Weird to think about, though, eh?
Are we gonna go to New York?
Oh, yeah, we are, man.
When?
Go soon.
Okay, I got some money now.
Let's do it. I'm down.
That'd be lit. Like the kids say.
Oh, it'd be so unreal.
You've never been? Have you even traveled?
Man, I've never traveled.
You're fucked, dude.
I
Yeah,
know,
travel's the best education.
What they say, eh?
That's what it is.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
It is.
I've never been to New York City, though, either, myself.
It's unreal.
I'd love to go.
Where have you been?
Man, Liam's been to a bunch of places.
I've been to some places.
You
I've
worldly
been to,
young man.
I guess like the coolest places I've been is like Costa Rica and Nicaragua. Those two countries. I went on a trip and saw those two places.
That's
I've-
beautiful.
oh yeah, it's so gorgeous there, man. I've been to some places in the States, like Florida, state of New York, not the city though. And then like around the Caribbean, couple islands like Bahamas and that.
It's pretty lit.
Yeah,
That's
man.
definitely lit.
But it's definitely cool just like seeing the different cultures there too. Like in Nicaragua, we just had some free time and me and my buddy were just walking down the beach and we just saw this bar and we were like, oh, let's just stop in and have a beer at the bar. And so we did. We just tried their local beer and it was pretty good. We just
That's
tried to talk.
interesting. Is
Yeah.
it dangerous in Nicaragua?
Some parts, yeah. Actually, our hotels were like gated off and had barbed wire around them and everything.
Oh,
but,
Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Costa Rica was definitely like.
Was that S trip? You went to Costa Rica?
No, that was just a trip I went on in high school for like with my school.
Oh,
You
true.
on
Yeah, a grad
that's a
trip.
school trip?
Yeah, you had to pay. Well, you had to pay for it, but yeah.
That's
You did
Is
S
that-
trip also, though, right?
Yeah, but I think it ended our year.
Oh, true.
Yeah, because
What
like
are-
you know how it got stopped or whatever. Like
Because all the chlamydia. You remember reading that article?
yeah, that was so funny, bro. That was so funny.
I remember reading that article. Be like, what the
No,
fuck?
I've never. I never went on it.
Yeah, so what does that strip explain?
Yeah, we gotta give some
It's
context.
kind of. Oh, God, I never went on it, but it's basically.
You never went on it?
No, no.
I thought you said you did go
Yeah, I
on
thought
it.
you just
No,
said
no.
you-
It ended like in my year when I was grade 12.
Oh, like
before you could do it.
Well, you could do it earlier than that, but like I don't know.
Oh,
I,
true.
didn't know. I was never really a partier until like
Yeah.
later in high school. So.
man, I remember they tried to do it at my school, but they just approached it in like the weirdest way. They like came up to us one day when we were like standing outside the school.
Who came up to you?
Just like this, like mid-20s, maybe like early 30s, at the latest looking dude, like some pretty young dude. He like comes up to these 17-year-old high school kids and he's like, "Hey, like, I'm organizing this trip to where was the trip to?" It was
QC, like Quebec, probably Quebec City.
No, that was the one after the year I graduated.
Okay, so that
They
the
went to,
QC
like-
was the one I was all hearing
Oh,
about.
I guess so. Yeah. They went to man, it was like Cuba or something our year, eh, Evan? You
yeah.
didn't do it, did you?
No, I didn't do
No,
it.
no.
Fuck that, dude.
But they like came up and they're like, "Yeah, if one of you guys gets like 25 or however many, 15 maybe of your friends together, and like they all pay, then you can just do it for free." And we were like, "Man, we don't know anything about this. Like we've never
That's
heard of
so
S Trip."
funny.
And
Yeah.
so we were all just like, "No,
Yeah,
we're
what
not
the
even gonna
fuck?
try to do it." And then they didn't do it through the school at all. It's like they almost didn't want the school to know about it. It was
Man,
like
think about it. It's like you're
so
you're
illegal
literally
almost.
no, yeah, it is. You're inviting 17-year-old,
Yeah.
16-year-old kids down to Cuba so they get hammered
Yeah.
and fuck each
do
other in
drugs.
Yeah.
hotel rooms.
super weird,
Yeah.
man.
Think about that shit. It's
And just
crazy.
make money off of it because
What a gold mine.
oh
Yeah, I was they probably make a lot doing that actually, eh?
Yeah, but so it's a trip that you go to Cuba and it's a bunch of teenagers that just party together and
yeah, it's kind of like a
drink
grad
beers.
trip. Like at the end of the year, I'm pretty sure they do it. Like
Yeah.
just as a celebration.
just do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Yep, it's wild.
It is wild.
You know, you think
I regret not going now.
Yeah, I regret not volunteering to put it together so I could get it on for free.
That's so funny.
Have you guys ever like done anything for spring break or whatever? Gone
No.
anywhere for no?
No.
First year, that's where I went to Cuba for spring break.
I went to BC like for March break.
Oh, that's good though. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah,
sick.
no, it's
Yeah.
sweet. I've been to BC
It's
twice.
gorgeous. I've never been there.
Oh, it's
Love to go.
gorgeous, dude. It's so green. It's the greenest
Yeah.
place you'll ever be. It rains a lot. I don't really remember many sunny days, but I like the atmosphere when it's raining there. Like these redwoods that are fucking 8 times thicker than you.
Yeah, I guess so, eh?
Yeah. they're
Didn't rain
huge.
much this summer, man.
What, in BC?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all on fire.
Crazy, eh?
Yeah, it's the end of the world, dude. That's what I'm saying. Everyone run and hide. Get your supplies. Prepare for doomsday. Buy a shit ton of pot. Put in the freezer. You're gonna need it.
Just freeze pot. Do people do that? Do people
Yeah,
ever
I
do that?
walked into some kid's house the other day and had pot in the freezer.
I've
And
heard
he,
of that.
Why
and
would
he was
you-
like,
why
it
would you
keeps
do
it
that?
fresh. It keeps it from drying.
Oh, really?
Going less dry. I was like, I'm not gonna argue with you, so I guess so.
And you get way more keef off of it
True.
because it's way drier on the grinder. If you're like collecting the keef in a
Yeah.
different compartment or whatever.
Never heard of that. I didn't-
Really, eh?
Yeah.
Man, I know a bunch of people who've done that. Was it open?
Let's go back to the pot again. How has pot affected your life, Liam?
How has pot affected my life?
Yeah.
A good question.
Wow.
You know, we were talking about that today
Yeah.
because I was like, man, like I got stoned before my class today, and I was just sitting there on the bus, and this chick I knew came and sat on the bus, and I was like, man, I want to go over and talk to her, but I'm going to class and I'm pretty baked, and I don't want her to know that I'm going to this class baked. And so I was like, And it was especially weird because I was thinking about it right before I left, and I was like, I'm not gonna smoke a bong, and then I ended up smoking a bong before I left. And before I smoked that bong, I was like, man, like, how might this affect like my day today? And then that day could affect the whole week, which might affect the whole month.
Yeah.
And now I'm just thinking, like, if I wasn't baked and I talked to that chick this morning, it might have been
Might have been a home run, dude.
no, a life changing.
Third base.
You could have married her. You just missed your future
Flashing
wife.
through the timeline, sitting on the porch with dog. The alternate dimension 375. Jacob marries girl he regrets, sitting on the bus.
It could affect your life like that. Like, oh man, yeah.
No, I was
Big, huge.
I was
It
also,
could have though. It could have.
You never know. I'll never know.
Could have.
Also small things though, like, sometimes when I miss a bus or something, I'm like, God damn it, like maybe if I wasn't baked, I probably would have like hauled ass a bit like faster and I would have made that bus. Like,
So would you say you're self-conscious about people knowing the fact that you're high going to class?
Yeah, it's just at certain times I don't want them to think that I like have a problem with smoking pot or something,
Do you think it betters your interaction with the class, or it worsens?
In a lot of ways, it benefits me sometimes. Depends on the class. It definitely depends on the class.
definitely, yeah.
Now that I'm more aware of how many people smoke pot and stuff, and I'm more confident about smoking weed, I guess. I don't really hesitate to say something in class and everybody look at me, and maybe I'll look a little stoned, but I'll be like, yeah, whatever. And,
Would your mother be disappointed if she heard that?
Oh yes.
I don't know, maybe.
I'd be
Probably
Mine
not.
would. Yeah, so I was gonna ask if it.
But in a lot of ways, it helps my focus sometimes, I find, if I'm like sitting there thinking about finding it. I don't know.
I think sometimes it helps me think. Like, it helps my thinking process of the if it's just mainly an electric class, I should say. Like, I wouldn't like those mathy classes. I kind of have some difficulty going to stoned, and I tend to not. Like, if the prof's just lecturing, I can kind of start thinking about what he's talking about if it's interesting enough, and then sometimes it makes me delve into thought more and get more out of it.
Yeah, it definitely helps me sometimes.
That's some real shit.
Yeah. But you can overdo it too. Like, if you're too
Oh, yeah.
high, then it's like, yeah, you're not going to learn anything. But so there's kind of a fine line.
Yeah.
Just absolutely cheese.
You're just dancing with the devil. Like,
Drool coming down your face.
I heard the first time I ever smoked weed with Jake, that's what I was like in the back of class. I remember we just smoked right before class, and I was like, holy shit, this is some of the strongest fucking weed.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Yeah, man, it just... I think it very rarely, if ever, makes me do worse in school.
I was just gonna ask if you think your little bit of self-consciousness about going to class and like is attached to you thinking it hurts your whatever your effort in classroom.
Yeah, true, eh?
Yeah,
No, I wouldn't say so.
true.
Especially because I'm really not self-conscious about it at all anymore.
True.
It was just that particular time because it was like a girl on the bus, and I was like, ooh, I'll talk to that girl, but I don't know.
Try to get that. Marry that bitch.
Maybe you'll see her on the bus again, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Same time.
Ottawa's a small world, man.
Yeah.
It is a small world.
Yeah.
It was weird when I'm doing this fucking talk show thing. It's weird how many people I know that see me.
On the flatbed tonight.
Yeah,
thing.
like
yeah.
the conservative I record at the fucking
Yeah, you're
studio.
saying that. Yeah.
I saw that dude, and it's just like so weird. It's like this is Bracebridge again. Seeing all the people I see regularly.
Yeah, honestly.
I don't like it.
Don't like it?
No.
Whatever. You're not gonna definitely know somebody if you go into any grocery store like it was.
Yeah,
in
you're
Bracebridge.
right. You're right. definitely know at least 2 people.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah. So you've never lived in a small town?
No, well, no, never lived in one.
Your dad's from.
Yeah, well, I was born in Newfoundland, but I moved here when I was like 2 or 3, so I go back and visit, but I don't really know what it's like to grow up or live in a small town. So, but
True.
yeah, my parents are both from small towns there, and
Really small towns.
yeah.
How many people lived in your dad's town?
Oh man, I don't know what it was back then, but now it's like 400 or something like that.
Jesus
like
Christ,
300,
yeah. Yeah, it's like a really small town. I don't know, man. I wonder. I haven't had conversations with people that are living in Bracebridge. I haven't had that many comprehensive conversations. I mean, so I don't really understand the mindset. Maybe they are just like us. They just live there. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I feel like a lot of people for sure.
Just trippy.
I feel like there's a lot of cultural differences from people who live in the city versus a small town, though.
Oh,
definitely.
100%, dude.
Like crazy differences, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty interesting.
It is, man.
Seeing the anthropology.
I feel so much stupider than people on so much stuff, like a lot of the time.
Yeah, me too.
Especially about culture. GHS, my school, there were like only white people. There were like 2 or 3 people that weren't white.
Oh man.
Yeah, same. But I feel like you didn't listen to any like urban culture. You didn't like get yourself into it very much, right?
No, that's true. I was very undereducated about it.
Like I feel like I listened to fucking rap.
Yeah.
And like that taught me so much about the city culture.
Yeah. I was like particularly... I wasn't racist, obviously.
Way to get into it.
Oh.
I didn't have any,
That is the red flag.
But I feel like I remember like being at work and this, like when I moved to Ottawa and this kid Mohammed, he's like talking to me and he's like asking me about, Muskoka and stuff. And he's like, so what was like the culture like there? And I was like, man, there was no culture. Like it was only white people. And the Muslim dude, this Mohammed dude, and he's like, oh, true. Or, are there a lot of racists in Muskoka? And like, I feel like this dude was like, when I'm like talking about where I'm from and stuff, describing it as such a small town and all this stuff, I feel like he's just thinking that I'm a huge racist, you know? That I just, like have all these prejudices about. I don't know.
That's so funny.
And especially my lack of knowledge probably just made it seem even worse. But I don't know. I'm learning more.
Yeah. You ask a lot of questions, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Same. So it's like that's how you figure it out.
This Taha dude at work, man, I ask it because he's just super open about talking about it, and I just always learn shit about like Arab culture and just he knows a lot about just global culture in general. But man, I'd have him on a podcast. That'd be a sick guest on a podcast. Oh yeah.
Should ask him. What do you major in?
He's doing an honors program in poli-sci this year, but he's going to go on to law next year.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
That'd be intense. Would you want to be a lawyer?
I would not want to be a lawyer.
No.
But he's got some pretty high ambitions that way.
Yeah.
He'd be a good guest. He's got a lot of shit to talk about.
That's sick. Ask him. Yeah, it's just I forget what I was gonna say exactly. But it's just a good example of there are racists in small towns, probably disproportionate than cities.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a good example of like just not being exposed to that culture.
Yeah, definitely.
Like it's just a lack of experience with getting on a bus with a fucking black dude. You know what I mean? Like you lack that and you're fucking scared of that.
And Ottawa especially is just such an accepting city, I find.
Oh man,
Just being the
Canada,
capital.
yeah.
Canada is a beautiful place.
Yeah.
We are blessed. I was talking to my dad the other day, talking about the fucking hurricanes and the earthquake. And I was like, I was thinking about moving, like wanting to move somewhere else. But it's like, why? I think we have it the best here.
Yeah, honestly.
We don't get any crazy weather. We don't get earthquakes. We're on the Canadian Shield. We have.
But we also kind of have the craziest weather because we have. It gets so cold and so hot here.
Yeah, that's true.
Get to see 4 seasons though. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
too.
it is pretty neat. I was thinking
if
about
you're
that
used
today
to it,
too.
I guess it's cool, but I don't know how.
I was looking at this picture on Facebook from like the winter time, and I was thinking like, man, I'm actually almost a little bit excited for winter this year.
Yeah, I get that feeling too, but then like 2 weeks in, it's like,
you're
fuck
right, eh?
this shit.
Yeah, it gets dark so early. Man.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Over this.
That is the worst part, I think.
Go to school, it's dark. You get out of class, it's dark still, and then you go to bed.
Yeah, last winter feels like not that long ago.
Went by fast though. I had a good winter last winter, man.
Yeah, my winter was alright.
That vitamin D, bro, makes a big difference.
Yeah, I believe it. I was taking it too, not every day all the time, but I was definitely taking it. It was just a shit winter, kind of. I don't really remember it. I don't really have that many memories from it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe because I was smoking a lot of pot.
You probably have a bunch of memories. You just can't relate
I
back
do.
to being in the winter time.
Yeah.
Because they were all inside, probably.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I'm excited. Have some winter activities. You know what I'm excited about?
Let's go tobogganing.
Go skiing. Do you guys ski at all?
I've been once.
Yeah. Pretty sick.
Yeah, we should do it. That'd be fun.
Man.
It was a lot of fun, actually. I'd go again.
Have you only done it once?
Only done it once.
Are you going to be hitting the bunny hill?
Yeah, I'll be on the little hill. But whatever. Doing the pizza french fry, slowing down, speeding up. Yeah, you never learned that.
I can't believe you didn't really ski and you lived in Muskoka.
I know, eh? Even closer to you get a Blue Mountain.
Is that why you got so attached to here, because you were so disconnected from the Muskoka culture?
It might have been a part of it, honestly. I don't hunt. I don't fish.
Yeah.
I don't. I've been fishing and actually never been hunting. Never shot an animal.
No, me neither.
I am pretty disconnected. I'm a camp canoe instructor, actually. So I'm pretty.
I know how to row a boat. Baby. A camp canoe instructor.
Did a little weekend course. It was a blast.
Was it?
Oh yeah.
For what?
So I can teach. Well, I have a little certification thing that says that I can work at a camp and teach kids how to canoe.
Think how scary that is.
And then those kids can
Jacob working on the water with a bunch of little kids' lives.
It'd be a sketchy job. And I almost did that for like a few weeks too, actually, because right after I got it, one of my teachers from public school was like, yo, if you want to work at a camp, I have like a bunch of positions open. I'm like, yo, I'm a camp canoe instructor. And she was like, really? We might be able to do something with that. And then I almost did it, but then I didn't.
True, that's hilarious.
So I almost was out on the water teaching kids how to...
Jeez, bro.
That was a lot of fun too, though.
Sketchy.
Yeah. Lives on the line.
What if they
Little
slip through their
kids.
life jacket, Jacob? What the fuck are you gonna do that?
You get tangled up in some weeds and dragged down.
Caught in the undertow.
Savage. That's just another alternate timeline that's happening right now. Jacob's fishing with her on a canoe with some kids. It just all goes bad. It all goes bad.
You guys get any bullshit certifications? I have a bunch, man. I can fill.
That's not bullshit, bro. That's a lot of responsibility to be on a canoe with some
But I just
kids.
mean like stuff you're never gonna like. I can fill propane tanks up to 30 pounds.
Well,
Like,
you do
sorry,
that. Don't
I'm
you do that?
flexing here. No, we don't fill propane tanks in this Canadian Tire. It was just the old one.
So you're overqualified.
Yeah, man. And I did a dual credit at Georgian College, and you needed a 60 to pass. I got like a 61. I'm so bad with
Hilarious.
cars and engines, and they shouldn't even have passed me, really. I don't know anything about it, but
Yeah, that's how you know you got passed.
yeah.
Because if it's a 60, they would have left it like that. But they give you a 61 to let you know that they'd fucking
Yeah, true,
boosted it up. What class was this?
Engine fundamentals at Georgian College.
Why the hell did you do that?
I don't know. I was just in grade 12 auto.
Oh,
Because
true.
grade 10, 11, and 12 automotive didn't teach you much about engines either. God bless the teacher, though. He was a really cool guy, Mr. Guppy.
Back in high school, we had the classic scenario of the woodshop teacher, like, sexually assaulting younger girls.
Oh fuck.
Mr. Black or whatever?
No, Mr. Yo.
Oh, true.
But those were allegations. See, we never really knew. We knew he was creepy, but I think he was out for some heart surgery, and everybody was talking about him like he's touching young girls. And he comes back to school. All of a sudden, he's a pedophile.
Yeah. What the fuck?
It's over.
Yeah, I don't know, man. At Beech Grove, there was this secretary who, actually, I'm not even going to tell the story. I don't even really know how it worked, but she got fired for something along those lines.
Banging a student.
Something, I don't know.
Grabbing
See,
the
that's why I don't
student's
even want to.
Dick through his pants. What do you think about?
Yeah, what do you guys think about that? Like, if you were a dude, though.
I
Like,
know.
and then you're hot, like, older teacher.
Like,
And you were saying. Yeah,
oh God.
You know, you're just doing your, like, seat work or whatever, and it's like math class. She just comes up behind
Bites
you.
your ear.
No, but like I don't know what I would do, man. If I was 17 back in grade 12, like
I'd fuck her.
I think I might as well, man.
Dude, of course.
Oh, yeah, it's situational, but I think
Yeah.
most people probably would. It'd
Yeah,
be
definitely situational.
And that's why I think they should probably be held to standard, because they're totally taking advantage.
You can take advantage of me. You know, it's just crazy. You see all the stories now. You see it all the time.
know,
It's like a big
Yeah.
thing. Everyone gets excited when they see stories like that.
Yeah, that's
which is
awful.
kind of fucked.
Yeah, that's true, eh?
No, it's bad when they're like young and shit, and it's like. But like I feel like some of these people are like fiending off the publicity they're getting, like the students are.
Yeah, that's true.
Too from this, like.
They're like, I'm gonna fuck some students so I get caught.
No. Like
No,
the
the
students
students.
are like, oh yeah, I'm fucking my teacher, and then it's like all over the news, and they're getting like popular for being known as the kid who banged.
Yeah, but you're going to jail if they get caught.
The student is?
No, the teacher.
Oh yeah, that's shitty.
That is shitty.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess it's pretty illegal. So.
Fucking, it's fucked, but it shows the woman's side of pedophilia that we
Yeah.
never knew existed.
Yeah,
That's true, eh?
You know what I mean? It's like always this creepy old
and
dude
it's
with
almost
the mustache.
Yeah, and it's almost like the woman's side is romanticized or not romanticized.
It
but
is,
like,
dude. Oh,
Like
yeah.
sexually appealing. That's what it's portrayed to be. It's kind of weird how they.
It is.
Yeah.
It's super interesting. I've just been looking at all these. I was like, man, I would have fucked my teacher in grade 8. This is Dracot. Like, the fattest
If you're
ass.
listening, your opportunity might still be there.
There's a couple other teachers too.
Oh yeah. No yeah.
That's fucked. They're going to
Are
jail
you
though.
gonna name
Oh,
them
yeah.
off too?
Going right
No.
to jail.
I should though.
Probably increase your chances.
You're right. I was gonna say something fucked, but like still fucked. So I changed my mind. What do you guys think of censorship? Should we be able to say whatever the fuck we want to say?
Yeah, freedom of speech is the most important right.
What if it
Wow.
ensues hate? What if it inspires hate?
You know, lately I've even been thinking that if people are stupid enough to listen to that hate, then that hate might have some, like if a majority of people.
Is it stupid though?
That's what I'm saying. If like, yeah, I think people should be allowed to say hateful things to a degree, as long as it doesn't hurt
Well,
anybody.
what's the degree?
As long as it doesn't hurt anybody. Like,
How would it, like, physically? Like a moment of hurt? Or like, how are you measuring this hurt somebody? Hurt
yeah, so
somebody
you
mean?
can't be like, yo, go out and hurt somebody.
Oh, true. You can't
Yeah.
be like, go beat this motherfucker
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
True. So ensuing violence.
Yeah, violence, I
Inciting
guess I should have
violence.
said, not hurt.
Inciting violence. Yeah, it's hard. I don't think that people are stupid though. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, if somebody's saying something that is hateful, but enough people listen
Yeah.
to it, then maybe it's not all that. Maybe it has some merit to it. I don't know.
yeah, I know that's true. That's another side of it. It's very true. I think it's probably the most important thing, like you said. Look at China. I can't believe China. Like, what are we gonna do?
What do you mean, man?
We're gonna not be the superpower anymore. China's gonna be the world,
Yeah.
and we're gonna have to learn Mandarin because we're gonna have to understand the media that's coming out because it's gonna be the hot shit. That's what shit won't be the hot shit no more.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
All Chinese culture because they're gonna take over the world.
I don't know if it'll quite go that way.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
crazy though. They've been planning for this. The censorship is actually so crazy. Do you
In
see
China,
that social credit thing? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like
Like the
big
mandatory
issue,
app.
like 2 years ago. Yeah.
What do you mean the big issue 2 years ago?
Well, it's still a big issue.
What?
The social credit thing.
Okay, true. It's not out yet though.
No, but they were talking about it like 2 years.
There's an app that was created,
Yeah.
and then it's gonna be a mandatory app or whatever for Chinese citizens by 2018. You get like social credits. Have you heard of this?
No, I haven't.
So you get social credit. So you get a credit card and you got your bank credit.
Yeah.
Your credit is and that like gives you the ability like to get loans or get debts or,
Yeah.
or like buy shit and even get jobs and shit and all that bullshit. So social credit is something that the Chinese government is implementing into the culture, and it gives you a social credit. So if you buy goods from inside of China, you get more positive social credit. If you buy goods outside of China, you get less positive social credit.
what the
If you
fuck?
do certain things, you get less and more social credit. If you hang out with people with less social credit than you do, you get yours taken away.
This sounds like they're trying to create a utopian society, like those
Yeah, it's a weird
crazy ass
concept.
It's
movies.
crazy, man. It's some Black Mirror shit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's exactly what that is.
Hmm. But it's trippy because it can apply to so many. It'd be like, man, I'm gonna go take my laptop and work in this. They wouldn't have Starbucks, but like this coffee shop, and then it'd be like, but I want to hang out at the one that has the average social credit of 9 because the average social credit of 7 might be the wrong crowd. Or like, I'm gonna
No.
live in the apartment that has the social.
And what
credit
does
of
that
8.
do?
I know, eh?
I just don't even understand what they have. 2 billion people. It's
1.3.
true. I'm spreading out bullshit.
They
have,
got a lot though.
they have a lot of motherfuckers, and it's crazy to see how they're gonna be able to control the shit in the future. It's just shit's changing so fast, and it's gonna be so different in 4 years. I'm so curious. Thinking back to like World War II, my grandma living through that. Literally escaping like bombs, running away from bombs.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about, eh?
It doesn't even seem like Adolf Hitler's like a real thing. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It seems like it's not even feasible in my mind for that to be happening in real life.
I guess we're living through some crazy shit too. That like we're pretty desensitized. Like all like school shootings is one thing, and like terrorist attacks. Well, I guess that's just kind of amplified some of that stuff by the medias now too. But I mean, like you didn't hear about that a long time ago. Or
Yeah,
back
that's
then.
definitely true.
We
Just
definitely
a
live in.
different kind of like
It is different.
yeah,
Mhm.
different kind of craziness that we're living through, I guess.
Yeah, because it's all shoved in our face.
Yeah.
I don't know. We do live in the best time to be alive, though.
Oh, 100%.
It's like, it's just interesting. I don't know. We're just so. I can't imagine. I always think about it like in being like in a real life situation where I have to like fight for my life, or I'm like, I can't imagine going to war. I can't imagine like bullets firing around me while I'm trying to shoot at someone.
Yeah.
Like that's such a crazy. I don't even know if I'd be able to physically like handle it.
No. Like even paintballing is scary
No,
as
that's what I'm
fuck, man.
saying.
Like, I couldn't imagine.
You don't want to get shot at.
Yeah.
These are motherfucking bullets.
Well,
These are
yeah.
real bullets. I always think about that. I was like, there's no way I could physically. It'd have to take a lot of customary training. I don't know. I couldn't imagine being in that situation.
Yeah.
And I was like wondering how many people in our generation are like that. Because it's probably way more than it was before.
Mm-hmm.
How many people are going to be actually able to like fight, live through some real life situations? Have you ever seen a dead body?
No, I never have.
I
Have you?
have once, yeah.
You have once?
Like at a funeral, yeah. It was
Oh,
with
okay, at a
casket.
funeral.
Yeah.
True. So yeah, there was this dude who was shot in Caldwell. I was reading this article, and it was this dude telling the story of it, and he's like, I heard gunshots, I ran over, and like he was giving him CPR and shit. Can you imagine like having
Yeah,
to be in that
that'd be-
situation, like having to give a man with like 4 bullet wounds in his chest CPR? I can't even imagine being in that
Yeah,
situation.
honestly, that'd be so crazy.
I don't even know if I'd be able to react properly in that situation.
No, definitely not.
I feel like our generation's just, we live in the best time, but it might be the worst.
Yeah.
It won't be the worst, but
No, definitely not the worst. I think it's the best.
100%. What do you think about social media, though?
I'm not a big social media guy. I
What do you
hate
think
social
about
media,
social
actually.
media?
Well, like what about it? How it's impacted?
I've been thinking of like, I just need to not touch it all day, touch it once at the end of the day, and then that's it.
Yeah, like
'Cause
it's
it's thin-
addicting. Like it's a
And it is addicting, and like stunts your creativity.
Yeah, it definitely does.
it's so time consuming if you're always on your phone too. You could be doing so many more stimulating things.
It's not like you're thinking, you're just like,
And even when you are thinking and stimulated, I find it's always just shit that's going to make you a more miserable person.
what do you mean?
Like just comparing yourself to other people and like looking at the things,
That's-
scrolling through.
And that's another thing that stunts your creativity, right?
Yeah, that's true.
It's like once you start doing it for other people,
Mm-hmm.
then it's not good art. And art can be whatever. You know, I was listening to an interesting fucking. I was thinking like I've been thinking about going back to school and shit,
Mm-hmm.
and I think about how much I regret not doing well in high school.
Oh yeah.
That's a real regret. Like not a bad regret, because like I'm not mad where I ended up now, but I just wish I fucking understood what could have happened if.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I definitely was not focused on my studies back in the day.
No, I definitely never applied myself in school at
Yeah.
all.
And I was like, it'd be so sick to do some sort of science now. Like, it'd be so interesting to go into that field. It's like, I don't want to spend another 8 years in school.
Because now you could probably do that. It's so much easier. Once you go to post-secondary for a couple of years, like you kind of learn how to learn. Like you teach
Yeah, most
yourself what
definitely.
works best.
That's
and, like,
true.
then you can kind of like I feel like now even like if I really wanted to I could go study like engineering.
Me
like
too.
after
Yeah,
this program,
me
I
too.
could like and I would just apply myself and go through it. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm much more confident
Yeah.
with my ability to learn now.
yeah.
That's such a interesting. Why do you think that is, though?
I think it's a big part confidence. I think before I can remember being in class being like, I'm not going to listen.
I'm a fucking idiot.
No.
I don't get any of this.
No, just being like, I'm not going to try to aspire because I'm not going to aspire, you know?
Was Aspire even like a concept in your mind?
Yeah, I
back
guess
then,
not
though?
really, no. Not in high school.
Yeah, because I know the guy ever
Aspiration
did.
wasn't a big goal of mine.
I really found what I'm interested in and like too in college, right?
Yeah, same.
Like I find it so much easier for me to sit down and do my homework at night when I'm friggin' exhausted from the day, when I actually give a shit about what I'm learning.
Yeah,
you know
you're
what I
right,
mean?
actually,
Like, it's
eh?
easier to go. Yeah.
What do you guys think? Because I had this conversation with Nathan before, and what's more important in post-secondary? I've heard different opinions from different people, like, on podcasts and shit. Finding the people you associate with in school, or the shit you actually learn in the classroom?
Man, we have this teacher, me and Liam, who puts up a quote of the day every day.
Yeah.
And he put up this one the other day. What was it? It was like,
Which
the
one?
most important step in winning is just starting or something like that. Like how...
Oh,
And I really think just going to college, man, just actually going and doing it. And like, yeah, I guess the latter, what you said, like trying to learn and like trying to pass and like setting the goal of like doing something specific and passing. I think there's a lot of benefit to it, a lot of merit, no matter what it is.
Sorry, what was the question again? It was
Like, what has impacted your character the most? The people who you met at college, or the
Yeah.
things you've learned in the classroom?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I definitely learn a lot just from hanging out with you guys, like after class and everything too, like just about the world and economics and how things work. And I feel like that definitely contributes to the education. Like, we learn a lot of theory and stuff in class, but even some profs, like just sticking around and chatting with them for 10 minutes after
Yeah.
class, I can learn so much in those conversations because they have so much industry knowledge and experience that they can share with you. And
Yeah,
you
that's
can just
true.
learn from so many different areas when you're...
Yeah,
My-
sorry.
My teachers made a huge impact on me when I came to college. Definitely.
Yeah.
I never really connect with teachers.
I
'Cause
always did though.
I'm
in high
always a
school.
shit student.
Yeah.
Like, I always like, I have a better relationship because like I cannot try and like get by. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I don't have to do shit and I can pass. And when a teacher sees you put in less effort than you should be,
Yeah, that's
that's
true.
when
eh?
a teacher is not gonna have a relationship with you. It's not like I was doing shit and was really fucking putting my extra kicker in there.
I was just always more curious about like my teachers' stories, you know, and like
Mhm.
what was going on and like what they did and how their college experience was and
See, I just never trusted teachers like that.
yeah, I feel you. I had some dope ones though, man. Miss Scanlon, bro, Lauren Scanlon's
Yeah.
mom. She was the guidance counselor at my school, and she was like made to do that job.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I had a good guidance counselor, not the greatest, but I just never connected. I'm sure it was my fault too.
Yeah, I wish I was better at that. I think it's just like, I think it has to do with maturity too. Like when you're
Mhm.
growing older, it's like easier to make more connections and you're less shy to talk to people.
Yeah,
That kind of thing.
you realize we're all just the same person
Yeah.
in different
Yeah.
bodies.
Yeah.
I definitely did not think of myself as being very mature when I was having those conversations with my teachers, though. I still don't really, though. I don't know.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't think, like, oh, I'm so mature having this
No, no.
conversation with...
But like now that you're mature, it's like easier to just, like you're more self-confident.
Yeah,
Let's
but I
go
still
talk to them.
approach it with the attitude that I'm more immature than they are, and that's
Yeah.
okay, you know?
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
it
yeah.
doesn't...
For sure.
I don't know. I don't feel the pressure,
No.
Of what?
any expectations of being mature.
Oh, true. What is mature? What is that shit?
I don't know, man. I guess in this context, it's just,
Is it acting a certain way? Is it being a certain way? I feel like as I'm getting older and as I'm doing more work in different fields and meeting different people in like the business mindset, it's like shit is not formal.
No, I agree 100%.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
way less formal than people rack it up to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You need to have a good conversation with a good person, and you'll get anywhere in life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely
It's like,
agree.
it's like your resume doesn't have to be exactly this, exactly 2.2 inches spacing between each letter. Like as in my personal experience, it has been like that. I don't think it ever will be. 'Cause that's not
No.
how I.
Those fundamentals were very important to learn, though.
What?
That a resume should be this pointed.
I didn't learn those from anywhere other than getting a
that's true.
template off the internet.
Yeah.
Dude, now there's some companies that like scan your resume for like keywords and shit, like when you submit them online. And if like it doesn't have certain keywords in the resume, then they're just automatically discarded and stuff. And that's like the first
Yeah, that's true.
like
eh?
stage and stuff.
Crazy.
Crazy. They're just like, because I guess they get so many applicants
Yeah.
nowadays.
Yeah. And they're all so qualified for some jobs.
Oh yeah.
I just feel like it's not the best way I can entertain my ability to produce within your company through a resume. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
Eh?
It's just a shitty outlet for that
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Realistically, are you guys excited to get jobs at school? Are you guys excited to be done school?
Oh,
this
bro,
semester?
I'm pumped, man. I'm so excited for it.
Are you gonna miss it?
I like school, man. I don't know. Like I'm pumped to be graduated. I think that's sick. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed my experience. It's good.
Are you gonna go back to school?
I'd like to eventually. Yeah. I don't know if it's gonna be right away, but might just
Yeah.
work for the
Well, for our
get
program,
the designation first. Yeah.
yeah, because we're doing a bunch of courses. We have to do like, I guess throughout our program, it's like 4 CFP courses in general.
Yeah.
eh?
Yeah.
And then 2 CSC courses. And then after we're done our diploma program, then we'll have all the extra certifications we need to write the final exam for our CFP, like final exam, which stands for Certified Financial Planner. And then once we do the final exam, if we pass that, then we're eligible to get work experience from like somewhere that can employ a certified financial planner, like a somewhere that sets up mutual funds or sells insurance, like Desjardins or Fidelity.
Sure.
And then if they give us employment, then we work for 3 years, and then we have our CFP license. But while we're working, we're still CFP candidates. So we
Oh, yeah.
can put that on our resume anyway.
True.
That just basically means that you're dedicated to the financial services industry and that like you're getting your CFPs.
Yeah, exactly. Like you've done all the tests and everything.
True.
But then we only have I forget if it's a 2 or 3 year window after we graduate, after we do our final exam. We'll only have a 2 or 3 year window to get that work experience before we have to do all the tests over again.
Oh, so you have to do the test over again? If
If-
you don't get that 3 years. That's
yeah,
loud
that's
as fuck.
Yeah, holy.
We live in an apartment building. It's a garbage truck. Maybe we should wrap it up on that.
On that note.
All right.
Signing
Anything else? Anything else?
No.
Anything else we should close on? Got any ideas? Other than how stoned we are.
Let's go smoke some bong rips, guys.
All right. We appreciate you. Both of you.
I appreciate you,
you
man. Thank you for
Sweet.
introducing me to
Appreciate
this.
the audience too.
God bless all of you.
God bless America.